Good afternoon, everyone, from the Central Illinois Weather Network. I'm Larry Eastep. About 5:25 on this Tuesday afternoon. We'll try this update one more time here. You were hearing on the update I tried to do a few minutes ago our audio from our webcam microphone outside, so you couldn't hear anything I was saying inside the air conditioning. I apologize for that, so let's try this again. Technical problems seem to happen when it gets hot outside. We're looking at Storm Predator right now. The latest image just coming in from the National Weather Service NEXRAD out of Lincoln, and we'll put this in motion here, and you can see there's a boundary that pretty much stretches from portions of northwestern Illinois, northwest of the Pontiac area, all the way down to near Terre Haute. And you can see since about 3:30 or 4 o'clock this afternoon, the radar was clear then, but these storms start to really fire up along this boundary and intensify, kind of rain themselves out, and then regenerate. That's going to be happening until sunset, probably along this boundary layer. They're not really making a whole lot of forward movement, kind of drifting, meandering to the southeast. But with these storms over east central Illinois, we've seen some reports over the last half hour, 45 minutes, of some funnel clouds, and that's not surprising at all with these storms, the way that they are behaving this afternoon with the temperatures as high as they are. A little bit of instability along this frontal boundary is kind of causing some cold air funnels to develop. These cold air funnels generally do not touch down, but there is some signs of circulation there, and they do appear rather ominous, but generally do not cause a lot of damage. That does not mean you should take your guard down, but just be mindful of the fact that you may see some funnel clouds in those areas. So far, the reports have been confined to right along the Danville area, east towards Hoopeston, and in the Vermilion County area. That would be with this particular cell right here that's got some pretty good intensity with it. In fact, let's switch over to Storm Lab, and we can show you that a little closer here. We're getting some lightning with some of these cells as well. First, let's take a look at these temperatures. 99 degrees right now, the air temperature. Well, it's updating here as we're going along. We've dropped 2 degrees. 97 degrees now at Springfield with a dew point. That's the number in green there of 79. That's why it feels so oppressive out there. In fact, our current heat index feels like temperature 110 degrees. Okay, let's zoom in here a little bit closer. You can see this frontal boundary up around the Chicagoland area, and there is a slight risk of severe thunderstorms from Chicago all the way down to almost St. Louis. That's this yellowish line here. But let's zoom in on these storms along this boundary, and you can see very clearly that they are producing some heavy rainfall where they are falling now south of Danville, south of the I-74 corridor. We're getting our most intense cell there. This would be just north of I-70, in fact, in the Terre Haute area, in Vigo County, over in west central Illinois, and then also in Edgar County. Chrisman, Paris, Grandview, all have had some pretty heavy rain with this. These also have some indication of up to 1-inch hail, just below severe criteria. I don't expect to see many warnings, but do be on the lookout for some possibility of some hail and high winds as these storms move through the areas. Right now along I-74 near Leroy and Downs, we've got a pretty good cell there. In fact, that has really increased as far as the lightning goes over the past 15-20 minutes. So lightning could be a big problem with that if it continues along its current path. Further northwest up around Peoria, a cell right now around Morton along I-155. Not a huge cell there, but all these storms again don't have a lot of forward movement. They are moving, drifting to the southeast very slowly, and I would expect to see some more of these during the next few hours until after sunset, when it should start to die down a little bit. Let's take a look at velocity here just to see again. Haven't been seeing a lot here with this. We have been watching this cell again over in Edgar County. It has a little bit of rotation, which could be producing a cold air funnel, but there's nothing real organized here right now that would be particularly concerning. In an actual tornadic event, you would see these brighter pinks and reds converging together, but there is a little bit of rotation there as being shown on the velocity. But you can see that's pretty much all that's out there right now as far as relative velocity goes. And we can look at the storm cell data here on Storm Lab, and zeros, twos are about the highest we're getting on the meso signature. To have anything real significant, we're talking up over 10, probably 15 would be an average number. So a little bit of rotation being indicated by a couple of these cells. As you can see, the hail's actually decreased significantly, even with the strongest cell right now. We're talking about 3/4 inch hail is about the strongest we're going to get here. Decent VIL numbers with that storm, but these storms are not real high topped right now, except for this one over here with a 41,000 top, but again, that one not showing any rotation at all. So I think this is going to be more of a heavy rain in some areas situation, some lightning. definitely want to take shelter if you're in any outdoor areas, and just stay tuned for additional weather information. Again, some funnel clouds out there, nothing to be really concerned about. Just keep an eye to the sky and be mindful of some stronger storms this evening. From the Central Illinois Weather Network, I'm Larry Estep.